What's up, YouTube? This is Two Raw 4 TV. So, last night was game three between the Golden State Warriors and the Dallas Mavericks. The Warriors came into game three with a dominant 2-0 lead. Not insurmountable, but dominant. Warrior fans were very up for this particular game because they knew they could pretty much just seal the deal on this series with a victory. Dallas fans had to be enthusiastic because, their savior bounced back from a poor game one and had a great game two. They were in control of that game for a while, but they were unable to seal the deal. All right, as the Warriors just methodically came back in that game and snatched victory away from the Dallas Mavericks. But if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, hopefully the scene shifts to Dallas and good fortunes will prevail for the Mavericks, but it was not the case. Luka Doncic did drop 40. A lot of his points came later in the game. You could even accuse him perhaps of padding his numbers, but he's not going to be accused of that. But he had 40 points, 11 to 23 shooting. He was 4 of 9 from 3-point range, 14 of 17 from the line. Um, it's pretty good for a guy who's career 73% foul shooter. He did commit 3 turnovers. And I don't know if I've said this already, but Luka continues to be exploited in a great deal defensively in this series. And that contributes to his plus minus of negative 19. But you're not going to hear Stephen A. Smith say that this was the worst 40-point game he ever seen. You know, but Jaylen Brown, who's not a star, he picks on. It is what it is. But you expect that from Stephen A. Smith. Um, Dallas continues to play small, which is problematic. I've talked about this already. The fact that they get killed on the boards. Um, you know, when you are a team that from what I could tell, not the greatest basketball mind, but from what I could tell, when you get killed as a team rebounding wise, or you tend to just get out rebounded, you kind of have to offset that with being a team that limits the other team's opportunities as much as possible defensively, trying to control the pace of the game. Um, you have to be a great defensive team, even if they have more field goal attempts and more possessions because they're getting more rebounds. You have to kind of limit uh, their conversion rate. Be a great defensive team, and yourself, you have to be a team that scores more in the paint. We saw that with the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, the Heatles, as they were called, they were not a great rebounding team. They weren't. They often got out rebounded, but they made up for it by being a great defensive team. Um, they tried to guard the three very well, which they did. And in turn, remember Wade, LeBron, a lot of those players, they tried to score high percentage baskets. They scored a lot in the paint, cuts, drives, layups, things of that nature, mid range. And that was key to their success. Well, part of the keys to success. Dallas doesn't have those type of tools. Dallas is a 3-point shooting team. They're an unabashed 3-point shooting team. When they're hitting their shots, they can blow you out of the gym. But when they're not hitting their shots, they can't really rely on a lot of other shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, I believe Luka got some help offensively, but the X factor in this series has been Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins has been the X factor. I think he had 27 points, 11 rebounds. He had a fucking unbelievable, anesthetizing Luka Doncic with that dunk, but somehow the officials waved it off, so it doesn't really count. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see that was a flop. That dunk that should have been a all-time great playoff dunk, but it's not official for whatever reason. Whatever. Um, right now, I would say that unless there's a massive game by Wiggins uh, or really Wiggins, I think the conference finals MVP is going to be Steph Curry. Okay, he had a great game three, 30 points, 5 rebounds, I think 11 assists, 10 of 20 from the floor, 5 of 10 from downtown. He had a big shot in game two to help seal the deal for the Warriors, the Dubs. Even though Jordan Poole only had 9 points, he did hit a big late uh, deep three to seal the deal. Matter of fact, he hit two threes, I believe. One was a rally killer. The second one was the one that sealed the deal for the victory when the Dallas Mavericks were trying to come back into the game. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, Dallas is all right, you know what I'm saying, but they still got some things to work out. Um, you know, Luka's a great player, but you know, the Golden State Warriors are better. They're a better team, and they're on their way to the NBA Finals, I believe. I think they're going to win the next game. They're going to say, fuck it. We're just going to go ahead and come out here. Well, I don't know. I hesitate to say that because now I think about it, because this isn't quite the same Golden State Warriors team. Sometimes they can take their foot off the pedal, but I think because they're getting closer to their goal, I think their confidence as a team is building and building and building. I think they're going to go out in game four. I think Dallas is going to come out with a furious rally. I think Dallas is going to build up a double digit lead, but I think the Warriors are going to chip away at that lead little by little, and I think they're going to wind up sweeping this team and going to the NBA Finals for the sixth time since 2015. Um, I do think, though, that whether it's Boston or Miami, it's not going to be an easy series for the Golden State Warriors. The physicality of both teams. Um, you look at the post players that both teams have: Bam Adebayo, Al Horford for the Celtics, Robert Williams, uh, this other one guy, Grant Williams for the Boston Celtics. I don't think that this is going to be an easy series at all for the Golden State Warriors. I'm just going to assume now that they're going to the NBA Finals. That should be a great finals. Um, but yeah, I think this series is over with, man. But tell me what you guys think.